Welcome to The Explainer. So, you're eyeing the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. It's a life changer, for sure. But man, those essays can be tough. Well, today we are going to break it all down. We're talking step-by-step strategies that will make your application pop.
Okay, so we've broken this down into 5 key parts, basically mirroring the big essay questions you're going to face. This is your roadmap, right? We're going to tackle each one piece by piece so you can build an application that just wins.
All right, let's dive right in with the first one, crafting your career trajectory. Look, what the selection committee is really trying to see here is a straight line. They want to connect the dots from the skills you're going to learn in the UK directly to the impact you're going to make the second you land back home.
So, the first part of this question, it's actually pretty straightforward. You're going to go straight to your university's course page. Hunt for sections called course descriptions or modules. Seriously, these are absolute gold mines. They list the exact skills you'll be learning. But here's the big rule. You have to paraphrase. Never, ever plagiarize. You've got to show them you get it, not that you can copy-paste.
Now, this is a really smart way to think about your plan. See how it's split into 2 phases? This is a killer way to structure your answer. Think of it like a 1-2 punch. First, you hit them with the immediate, super actionable stuff you'll do right away. Then, you follow up with those bigger, more ambitious medium-term goals. And what this does is it shows you have a plan that's both realistic and actionable. You know, in the short term, you're all about sharing that knowledge you just gained. Think workshops, writing policy briefs. But then, for the medium term, you're setting your sights higher. You're aiming for those roles with real influence, the ones where you can actually start driving some serious change.
Okay, so those immediate plans are awesome, but they're really just the launching pad. Now we're going to zoom out. Let's talk about your long-term vision. This is where you get to paint that big, ambitious picture of the change you want to create for your country.
This timeline? It's pretty much the perfect way to visualize your career path. You start out by partnering with the big players, major organizations. Then you pivot. You start aiming for those big leadership roles that can actually influence national policy. That's systemic change. And your ultimate goal, your big finish, it has to be bold. You're talking about tackling a massive challenge in your country. This shows them you're not just looking for another job. Nope, you're there to build a legacy.
Okay, here's a pro tip. This is a really brilliant strategy. Do some digging. Find out what the UK government is already doing in your country, in your field. Then, align your vision with their projects. See what that does? You're no longer some random person starting from scratch. You're positioning yourself as a future collaborator, someone who can amplify the impact they're already making. It's a very, very savvy move.
All right, now we get to it. The absolute heart and soul of your application, your personal story. This is where you let them see what really drives you. What experiences lit that fire in your belly and make you the perfect person for this scholarship?
You see, the committee wants to know what genuinely motivates you. So I want you to take a second and think back. What was it? What was that one pivotal moment that just set you on this path? That's your origin story.
Maybe it's a story you saw with your own eyes, something that just stopped you in your tracks. For example, the absolute tragedy of seeing a child bride in your own community.
And that is the moment of transformation. That heartbreak, it ignites a purpose. It forges that powerful, unforgettable why that fuels everything you do. In this example, it becomes a lifelong mission to fight for girls' education. An experience like that, that's what makes an application stick. It makes it unforgettable.
So here's exactly how you frame that in your essay. Step 1, find your core story. Step 2, draw a direct line from that event to your academic choices. And finally, and listen, this is so important, you have to show your resilience. Talk about the barriers you had to overcome. When you put those 3 things together, you build this incredible narrative of purpose and just pure determination.
Okay, moving on. It's not enough to have a big dream. You have to prove you're a doer. This next section is all about your leadership, your volunteering, and you have to back it up with cold, hard evidence of the impact you made.
Let me introduce you to your new best friend for this section, the STAR method. It's a super simple but incredibly powerful way to talk about your achievements. It forces you to get specific, right? You talk about the situation, the task, the action you took, and, this is the most important part, the measurable result.
And if you take away one thing from this section, let it be this. Do not just list your job duties. Honestly, the committee doesn't really care what was in your job description. What they want to see is how you went above and beyond that role, how you spotted a problem that wasn't your responsibility and took the initiative to solve it.
That, to them, is leadership.
Think of this table as your cheat sheet for a killer leadership essay. First, own your work. Use the word I, not we. Second, get specific. Give them names, dates, places, make it real. And third, always quantify your results. Don't just say I helped people. Say, my initiative provided clean water for a village of 200 people. See the difference? It's huge.
Okay, we're in the home stretch. Let's talk about the final details, the little things that can genuinely make or break your entire application. This part is all about being smart, being strategic, and doing your homework.
Listen, here's a massive mistake people make all the time. They assume one application fits all. It doesn't. Not even close. Some universities, like Cranfield, for example, make you submit a whole separate development statement. You absolutely have to check the specific requirements for every single university on your list.
And look at this. This one number says it all about the competition you're up against. For some universities, there is just one scholarship slot available this year. One. Now, I'm not saying that to freak you out. I'm saying it to show you just how critical your strategy is.
So, what does your final strategy look like? It looks like this. You check the official list of courses, you dig into each university's specific requirements, you pay very close attention to how many scholarship slots they have, and you apply to multiple universities to give yourself the best possible shot. And yes, you have to tailor every single application.
You know, after going through all of this, it is so easy to feel overwhelmed. But I want you to stop for a second and remember this. You are good enough. You're a strong candidate. You have the experience, you have the passion, and you absolutely have what it takes to succeed. You have to believe in that.
So we'll leave you with this one last thought to chew on. Your unique story, your specific experiences, your one-of-a-kind vision, those are your greatest strengths. All of that combines to create a potential for impact that only you can have. So as you're writing, keep asking yourself this question, and make damn sure the answer shines through in every single word of every single essay.